So before we go about teaching the deadlift from the floor position, we want to make sure the athlete knows how to hip hinge correctly without compensation or including the joints in our thoracic, lumbar or cervical spine. So Chelsea is going to position the PVC pipe so it's touching your base of your neck, the base of your head, your shoulder blades, and the bottom part of your tailbone or your butt. Okay? So here we're looking to make sure that she remains in contact with this point on her lower back towards her buttocks, the middle of her shoulder blades, as well as the back of her head. From here, Chelsea, I want you to push your hips back, making sure that at no point you lose contact with any of those positions. Good, and come up. You can move this hand on the outside of the pipe so it doesn't interfere. Good, and you can just and we're going to do 2 more repetitions. Good, so just going as far as our hamstring length allows. Good, we'll do 1 more repetition. Good. From here, we'll move to incorporating a PVC pipe in a traditional Romanian deadlift or RDL position. Here, Chelsea has some band tension, pulling the bar away from her. She's forced to utilize and recruit the muscles of her lats to keep that bar close and keep herself in shoulder extension as she hinges from the hip. Okay, Chelsea, we're going to do 5 repetitions. I want you to keep that PVC pipe tight to your thighs as we push our hips back, we stretch our hamstrings, imagining that we still have that PVC pipe contacting those 3 points. So let's do 5 repetitions. So I want you to make sure that PVC pipe stays glued to your thighs the whole time. Good. So we're just looking to have no separation. We're still maintaining this neutral spine. Okay, we have no compensations about the back. This head position is neutral. We're not going excessively into extension or flexion, and the weight is balanced over the good foot. Okay, this is the last rep, Chelsea. Good. Stretch your hamstrings and come back up and relax. So if the athlete has shown the ability to be able to hip hinge, underload the PVC pipe in place of a bar, and actively recruit their lats and stay in good positions, we'll move to a full RDL with the barbell. So Chelsea, I'll get you to take the barbell off the rack. Good, step back to the middle of the cup. So just like we did with our PVC pipe, the barbell nice and close to your thighs. I want you to push your hips back, stretch your hamstrings. Good, that neutral. And then come back over to the start. Good, so we're looking to make sure there's no separation between the thigh and the barbell. Especially important if we're going to work on the weightlifting variant and we're doing a snatch or a clean to make sure we're achieving proper positions. Good, we'll do 2 more reps. We're looking for a slight bend in the knees. The majority of the motion is coming from the hips. We're making sure we're not arching or flexing through our lumbar spine. Good, we still have that same neutral position. The weight is balanced. We're making sure our toes and our heels are remaining on the floor. So our next step, working from the top down after we've achieved mastery of the RDL, is going to be a rack pull or a deadlift from the blocks or the strings. So here we're just setting up from the bottom up instead of being able to maintain tension and develop it from the top down. So we'll have the athlete position themselves with their midfoot underneath the barbell. They're going to hinge at their hips, sliding their hands down, stretching their hamstrings, bending their knees just enough so that they can maintain a good grip on the barbell while ensuring their back remains in extension. They're going to pull their chest up high, showing the logo of their shirt to the person in front of them. From here, we're going to slowly develop tension through the back, hamstrings, and glutes as we lift the barbell off the ground. At the top position, we're looking to be in the neutral standing posture. We want to make sure we're not excessively arching at the lower back or pushing our hips forward. Okay? The cue is just to engage your glutes and crack a walnut between them. From here, we'll go soft knees, RDL, to our knee position, before squatting, to the barbell returns to the rack. So Chelsea, you're going to have the middle of your foot, your shoelaces, underneath the barbell. Good. We're going to keep our hands on the front of our thighs. And I want you to stretch your hamstrings just like we did with our RDL. Push your hips back, bend your knees slightly. Good, and hold on to the barbell. You're going to remain here. We're making sure we have a nice straight back. You feel that tension in your lower back and your upper back. Good. From here, you're going to slowly pull the barbell off the racks and stand up, keeping the barbell nice and close. Good. So she squeezes her glutes at the top, pushes her hips back, stretch, squat down to the rack. And we'll do 2 more repetitions. Good. Well done. We're looking to have our shoulders in line with the barbell, if not slightly in front the whole time. Good, and up as we extend the knees and hips, come to a neutral position. And rest. Good. So Chelsea, we're gonna set up now from the floor as our final progression to the deadlift. We're gonna make sure the middle of your foot, okay, so your shoelace knot is right underneath the barbell. Good. We're gonna make sure our feet are shoulder width to hip width apart. Good, toes pointing forward. From here, you're gonna do the same thing, hands on our thighs, push our hips back. Good, stretch your hamstrings, squat down, and hold onto the bar. So we're making sure before we lift off, we have really good positions. Good, our knees are below our hips are below our shoulders are slightly in front of the bar. Good. From here, Chelsea, I'm gonna get you to slowly apply tension and stand up with the bar, keeping it as close as you can to yourself as possible. Good. And stand up. Well done. And same thing in reverse. So push our hips back, stretch, stretch, stretch. Once it gets to our knee, squatting down. Well done. Let's do 2 more repetitions. Good. We're looking for a neutral head position. Perfect. At the top, we have a nice straight spine without any excessive lordosis. Good job. The bar path looks good. It's nice and vertical. Last rep, Chelsea. Good. Slowly and down and rest. So a common error that we might see would be not maintaining a neutral spine, typically an excessive curvature in the lumbar spine of the lower back. So as I go to set up, I get my hands in the right position, my chest is up, and as I lift off, I round my back to the start. Okay? So if we have an athlete that can't maintain an erect spine, I'll have them do this drill. It's the start of a back extension or a glute ham developer, glute ham raise. Chelsea, I'm gonna get you to rise just 10 inches above where you are with your chest and pause. Do you feel that tension in your lower back and upper back? Hold that position. So all we're doing is making sure all the erectors are firing to keep that spine straight. So the next error that we typically see when performing a deadlift or a weightlifting variation is the hips rising at a disproportionate rate relative to the shoulders. So I'll demonstrate that now. Some problems with this involve inability to recruit the quads and improper positioning if we're doing a weightlifting variation. To help teach this, I'll perform a clean lift-off or a snatch lift-off if it's specific to the snatch or any of its variations. We're just going to lift the barbell from the floor position to the knee position, ensuring that we have adequate and equal increases in height from the hip and the shoulder complex at the same time. The exercise we're going to do today, Chelsea, is a clean grip lift-off. It's going to be a deadlift just to the position of your knees and back down. We're looking to make sure our hips and our shoulders rise at the same rate. So when I'm here, I'm coming up at the same rate and down. I want to make sure I'm not seesawing with my hips up or my chest is up too early, okay? So we're going to go just from the floor to your knee position and back down, pausing in between each rep until I tell you to. Good, and down. Let's do another rep. Good, so here we have the shoulders and the hips rising at the same rate and down. And we're going to go one more time. If an athlete doesn't have the awareness themselves, we can place our hands gently on their lower and upper back in position and make sure they're applying even pressure. So I'll get you to do another rep, Chelsea. Good, and back down, and rest.